Hey, it's been decades since the last time I got any kind of physical contact. This prison doesn't offer kisses and cuddles. Let me start working here. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir de Vite, and today I'm going to play a game called Where Gods Rot. I don't know what's going on here, but I know that there's somebody who's going to be asking to be set free that probably should not be set free. You are surrounded by darkness. It's hard to tell whether you're inside or outside. The rest of your senses are not providing any further clarity either. There is a lack of smells or sounds. All you know is that you're standing somewhere in a dark place. How did you get here? Looking ahead, you see something. You walk towards it, and it takes shape. Oh, hello. You seem to be in a bit of a predicament, my friend. A man hangs in the air, suspended by his restrained arms. Odd metallic enclosures encapsulate his hands and feet. A mask covers half his face. He stares at you with hypnotizing yellow eyes. You're about to speak, but before you can open your mouth, words begin to form in your head. They feel foreign, as if not your own, but instead forcefully pushed into your mind from an outside source. Hello, little human. You stare at the man in disbelief. The conclusion you're coming to is surreal. He's not the one speaking, right? Who are you? Why are you in my head? You don't want to be in there. Sorry about that. The mask won't allow me to speak normally, but your mind will do just fine. My name is Zeno. Kind of more wondering why he's chained up. What you chained up for, fam? Because I'm a criminal. Hot? What did you do? I killed worlds. This is the only place they could lock me up in. It was made for creatures like me, ones that aren't easy to kill. You glance at the metal contraptions holding him up. Well, then why am I here? Wait, no. Did the powers that be find out that I've been jumping worlds and collecting husbands, and they've put me here to stop me? Put me here to put a stop to my fictional harem? There's no way you did all that. You're messing with me. Your little puppet here is starting to bore me. What? What? What says what? The you in the game says what? Got any more questions? Where am I? We are in the universal prison. What? Why am I inside a prison? I mean, oh no, is this horny jail? Did they finally take me to horny jail? Don't worry, you're not here for any crimes. You were brought here for a certain purpose, and I'll put you back once it's done. What do you mean I was brought here? Why? That part is a little complicated and would take too long to explain. Besides, you'll probably just give me one of those nonsense realistic responses and pretend you don't believe me for a while. What? Next question. What are you? Depends on who you ask. I've had many names over the millennia. For the divine, I'm called a black hole. For someone like you, it's easier to describe me as an anti-god. Cool. Metal as heck. You open your mouth to say something. To say that that's metal as heck? Where am I? What are you? Why are you chained up? No more questions. Everything you just learnt is borderline insane. Are you truly standing in front of someone? Stop. Okay. Quickly, save your game, little human. Okay. This disbelieving person that refuses to accept a situation wildly abnormal for their pathetic little life is an old and boring act, and frankly, I've been locked in here for too long to put up with it. What in the world are you talking about? I know you're not actually here with me. You're... Oh no! How dare you! You're actually reading my words on a screen. How dare you, Zeno? All right. You're coming into the you're knocking down the fourth wall, okay. He looks at you, past the person standing before him, through his colorless eyes, past the darkness, and through the concept of reality. He looks at you. Well, hi, my name is Espoir. I like to play visual novels and collect fictional husbands. The person in front of me is a puppet, and its purpose is to represent you, make you feel more engaged with the game. Is that right? It is. Now their name is Puppet. You leave my little Espoir puppet alone. She's doing her best. She's been killed so many times. What do you want from me? I'm surprised you feel the need to ask. I want you to set me free. And why would I do that? Yeah, why would I do that, friend? Because that's the only way to finish this game. There's 12 endings, and all of them require you to free me. I'll give you one right now, if you do it. I know you want it. He knows that I'm a crazy yandere collecting pictures of husbands, so he knows I want them pictures. No. Maybe later. I'll set you free, eventually. I mean, you've been here for a millennia. What's like a couple of minutes more? No, don't do it. No. Trying to play hard to get, are we? All right, I'll entertain you for a little while longer. What if I never let you go? And leave the game unfinished, without getting a single ending? What would be the point of that? He's got a point. Leave the game? Is it just gonna... I knew that. Well, what if I want more than just an ending screen? Fair enough. What else do you want then? Yeah, Puppet, what else do we want? What more can he do? I just want the ending screens. Actually, I would like to know more about this interesting fellow. What else can you offer? Some of these choice games are romantic, right? Do you want a kiss as a reward once you set me free? Yes! It's no fun if you just do it to get out. Uh-oh. And now boss music is playing. You want the whole love story? I'm flattered, but I doubt we could have much of one in a dark void with me all chained up. Sir, you just answered your own question. I'm going to horny jail. Besides, romancing me would be pretty depressing. Try me. How so? Black holes normally can't leave permanent imprints on people, not unless you're a god or another black hole. We live to create chaos, and that chaos is erased by the divine. So most people I meet will forget I ever existed. Oh, I won't forget you, Zeno. Does this mean I'll forget you once the game is ended? Your puppet will, but since the game itself doesn't break any of your world's rules, you, the player, won't forget. Either way, there's no time for or a point in dating me right now. Do you want the kiss or not? I want them smooches. The kiss will have to do for now. I'm setting you free. Loud clicks and clanks echo through the empty space around you. Oh my. You thought it would be coming from the restraints on his limbs, but the only thing that falls off once they're over is the mask on his face. Come on closer. I won't have much time once the rest of my restraints are off. He'll know I'm free. Whom? He? The warden, scary guy. You don't want to meet him. Is he cute? I'll smooch him too. I'll smooch the both of you. You can't stop me. You step closer. He mumbles something, but you're unable to make out what exactly. What did you say? Nothing important. Just kiss me. It's probably too much to ask this guy for a please. Hey, I'm the one who should be saying please. You lean forward, cupping both of his cheeks. He leans in as well, until your lips meet. He tastes oddly pleasant, like a dish you've tasted at some point and forgot about. He never tries to pull away. You're the one to do it. Once you're satisfied, and when you do it, he tries to lean forward and follow after you. Oh, but the restraints don't allow him to get far. You sure are eager for a mean, non-romanceable character. Your remark gets a chuckle out of him. Hey, it's been decades since the last time I got any kind of physical contact. This prison doesn't offer kisses and cuddles. Let me start working here. Actually, that would be a pretty fun visual novel to make. I wouldn't say you deserve them. Why did you give me one then? I didn't give it. I took it. Nice one, puppet. Nice one. He snorts. Undo. The rest of his restraints come undone. He lands on his feet in a crouching position, but quickly straightens. Oh my gosh, he's so pretty! Oh, he's so gorgeous. Oh, so gorgeous. Who locked up this gorgeousness? You take a step back to give him space, but you don't get far. An arm suddenly wraps around your waist, pulling you towards him again. Would you mind taking another? Yes! Yes! Ha! You're kind of greedy, but I'll allow it. You? What do you mean you? That's Puppet saying that. I'd get smooches from him all day. But we gotta hurry up and escape Horny Jail. He looks satisfied with that response. Now that he has permission, Zeno brings his face close to yours again. He lingers inches from your mouth for a moment. When he does kiss you, it's hungrier than the first. He knows it'll also be the last, so he's making the best of it. It doesn't last long, though. There's a hint of nervousness in his eyes once he pulls away. His eyes dart around, but when they meet yours, the cheeky smile is back. It was nice meeting you, human, but it's about time I left. Until we meet again. In the other endings. Will we? Fate can be funny like that. He gives a little salute. Yay! Sweet. What if I go back and say, one was enough, let's go. Or let go. Oh, let go. You're like, get off me, man. Huh. Was the first one bad? Maybe I've grown rusty. He lets you go and steps away. Then I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for freeing one of the worst criminals in the universe for the price of one kiss. I hope it was worth it. It was that easy, huh? Well, with me it is. What if I go back and say, your cockiness might convince me to drop the game, though? Yeah, perhaps. But then a different player who finds me endearing will show up. They'll free me and get the ending. You won't, and I'll get what I want either way. Man, he's cocky. You're so sure of yourself. What if nobody does? I'm familiar enough with human nature to know that enough of you would do it. You're curious. You want to finish the game. You won't treat me like a real criminal. After all, this is a game. You're certain I don't exist and that none of your actions here will have any consequences. Why you gotta call me out like this, sir? Like, duh, I'm just gonna free this old criminal from this old prison. And then somewhere in another game, they're like, why did you free him? Because he kissed me. Am I right? You seem to really dislike humans. If I'm to take you seriously, you're likely to attack my planet after me or someone else sets you free. Are you starting to get worried? Fortunately for you, I swore a long time ago I wouldn't touch Earth anymore, and I keep my promises. Not anymore? You mean you've done it in the past? I'm not going to talk about that. If you hate me, feel free to go, mortal. Or leaving the game, obviously, does that. Alright, I guess I'll let you go. Yeah, I guess all these endings do end with me freeing him. Loud clicks and clacks echo through the empty space around you. You thought it would be coming from the restraints on his limbs, but the only thing that falls off once they're over is the mask on his face. What's this? Don't like my attitude, and yet you still didn't want someone else to set me free. I'm simply competitive. Let it be known that it's Espoir du Vide who doomed the universe. He chuckles. Sure, if you say so. I'll be taking my leave now. Hope you enjoy your well-deserved ending. Annoying jerk. From annoying jerk to you. Gosh darn it, he's still adorable, though. What if I refuse to let you destroy any more worlds? Trying to play hero, are we? That's very sweet of you, but I'll still get out, sooner or later, now that I have this game set up. And since you're no divinity, you have no say in it. A hidden button? Oh yeah, there are. Yeah, there are, secrets things, but I'll see if I can find all the other endings first. I could try to kill you. The music stopped. You're free to try. But I wouldn't be here if I was that easy to kill.
Oh yeah, he just said that this is a place for people who are very hard to kill.
Well, shoot. This is quite a pickle you've gotten yourself into, puppet. I have the power to free you. I'm guessing not just anybody can do that. How do you know I don't have the power to do more?
Yeah.
For a moment, you see genuine doubt and worry in Zeno's eyes.
Yeah.
You begin to move towards him. How do you know that these hands aren't powerful enough to do some real damage to you, sir? He watches you closely as you lift your hands to his neck. It's not going to work. He says that, yet the worry in his eyes flicker with fear. His skin isn't cold to the touch like you'd expect. He feels very much alive. You can even see the breaths he's taking as his chest moves up and down. Your grip tightens. After staying still the entire time, Zeno finally begins to struggle. He tries to jerk away from your grasp, but, being suspended in the air, he doesn't accomplish much. Let go! You're going to regret this if you don't! You keep your grip firm. The fear gets mixed with anger. Did you not fluffing hear me? I swear I'll wreck you when I'm out of here. I'll rip you to pieces.
Is that supposed to be a threat?
Oh, I don't want to hurt him. I really don't. But I'll keep squeezing. You ignore his threats and focus on his neck instead. I'm not gonna die. Tighter. It's useless. You're just digging your own grave. And tighter. Get your fluffing hands off me! I can't breathe. His green face turns a darker shade of blue. His eyes have gone wide. Uh-oh. No more foreign words appear in your head. You don't stop, not until a good while after his body has slumped down, unmoving. Then you step away. My work here is done. Save the universe. Missed out on a kiss, but save the universe. Run like a coward. But there won't be anywhere to run when I get my hands on you. Big words for somebody in strangling distance. Like I set him free, like, yeah, you got the ending where you kissed me, but remember that one ending where you strangled me? Okay, I'll stop. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. Oh, I was not discouraged by his threats. I just don't want to hurt him. Discouraged by his threats, you let go of his neck and step back. Zeno's anger doesn't die out. Now that his fear has vanished, his rage flares up like a hungry fire. Let me out of here. Press the fluffing button. You're going to kill me if I do. Meet your darn purpose, you insect. What are you doing? Don't you dare. What if I just leave? I'll find you. Just you wait.
Is that a promise?
Instead of saying, hey, I could kill you, I could say, maybe there's a hidden button. What? He wouldn't do that. I don't know who you're talking about, but if there's an option, I'll find it. You noticed a twitch in his left eye. You must be getting on his nerves. Why don't you use it then? There is no button, main character, but you can give him a few extra years in prison, if that's what you really want.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
What? The calm expression he's been wearing until now shatters. His eyes light up with pure fury. I guess I'll take what I can get. So long, butthole! Come back! Don't you dare leave me here. Zero, You fluffing piece of poo! I'll show both you and this human what heck feels like. I'm not spending another second in this gosh darn rat hole. There's cracks in his anger, and within them you see desperation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who's Zero? Are you listening? Let me out. I'm not staying here. I'll go insane for good. That thing, that fluffing thing, it's going to...
Aww. There's nothing I can do. I'm sorry.
Why would someone as powerful as you even need my help? Even anti-gods have limits. This prison was made to contain beings like me. They say it's impossible to get out, but I'm obviously not gonna let that stop me.
And you need the help of a tiny little human like me?
His eyes narrow from the smile hidden beneath the mask. Your contribution is small, only the final step of it. All you're doing is telling the game to free me, so that everything would be done according to the rules, and my escape wouldn't be undone by the divine. Anybody could give that command. Don't give yourself more credit than you deserve. He essentially just wants me to press a button. In that case, why should I bother? Sounds like you don't need me. Hey now, don't be like that. Did I upset you?
A little.
Somehow, you can tell he doesn't care whether he did. You just can't help but be condescending, can you? Even if my role is small, you'll be stuck here if I don't do it, won't you? All right, I'm being kind of a jerk. I've been locked in here with nothing but the darkness for decades. Kind of forgot how to be polite. And you want me to believe you're suddenly sorry after giving me a lecture about how insignificant I am? Fair enough. What do you want me to do to be forgiven, and for you to set me free? What's something you really hate doing, besides, I don't know, being locked up here? The look he gives you makes it seem like he wants to laugh, but the mask is blocking any sound he might be making. You're going down that route, huh? One thing I hate is dancing, but unfortunately for you, I'm not in a position where I could do that. Undo his sure, fine. Zeno's eyes go wide as all four of his bindings open, releasing his limbs and sending him crashing to the floor. He just crumples on the floor. The only thing that stays on is his mask. He sits up and touches his face to find that it's still in one place. When he looks at you again, he no longer seems amused. How did you do that? The same way I've been doing everything.
I just pressed a button.
He gave you the ability. The butthead. Of course he did. He shakes his head and picks himself off the floor. Fine then. Hit the gritty. Hit the gritty, Zeno. Hit the gritty. My clothes aren't in optimal condition, so don't blame me if I suddenly lose my pants. He extends a hand towards you. Shall we dance? What? Why would I do it? You're the one trying to get me to forgive you. And you'll get to see how much I hate doing it from up close if you join me. You look into his eyes, searching for signs of trickery, but it's hard to tell what he's planning. Hesitantly, whether you like it or not, the puppet takes his hand. Standing next to him now, as he sets a hand on your waist and you place yours on his shoulder, you realize he's shorter than you'd expected. Aw. Despite this, those yellow eyes look at you as if from much higher above. He steps back and you follow. The dance begins. You expect him to stumble, for his movements to be clumsy and stiff, but it's the opposite. Not even the loose, withering clothes he's wearing affect the precision with which he leads. As you follow, matching his pace, you realize music has started to play. You look around, trying to find the source, but the darkness around you remains unchanged. A hidden piano leads the orchestra, or perhaps Zeno's steps themselves dictate what the instruments play. He starts to speed up, and you do your best to keep up. This is not what you'd imagined when you'd made the request. You shouldn't look away from your partner. When you face him, the darkness of the room has been filled. You're in a small room. The floors are wood. The walls are covered in old, peeling wallpaper. There are paintings of people on the walls, but you're dancing too fast and turning too often to make out who is in them.
What's happening?
Don't think about it too much. Looking at his face again, you find his brows are furrowed. What little you can see of his face is strained. His eyes are fixated on you, as if too afraid to gaze upon anything else. He does hate dancing. The hand you're holding shoots up, taking yours with it. The second lets go of your waist. He spins you. And once you come full circle, you stand in the middle of the same darkness as before. The music has stopped, and so do the two of you.
Oh, for someone who hates dancing, you're pretty good at it.
I don't hate it because I'm bad at it. It brings back awful memories, and dancing in front of people is embarrassing.
So you made me dance with you, to not just have me staring. That's cheating.
Is it? You never specified the details.
Oh no, I'm very all right with this. I am the one who cannot dance.
But if it's worth anything, I didn't find it pleasant. So I'd like my mask removed now.
You sigh. All right, let's get up in there.
With a clinking sound, the mask falls to the floor. He touches his cheek, then shoots you a cocky grin. One you were already expecting to see once that thing was off.
Cute.
Thanks. Even though I loathed it, you made a decent dance partner. Hopefully I won't ever have to do that again. He makes a brief motion with his hand as he turns away from you.
Oh, a dance.
Hey, who are you? Who are you? Who do you think you are? Are you part of the lore?
Oh, he hates it so much. Oh, that's so cute.
Grovel at my feet. Is that what you're into?
Do you want me to set you free or not?
All right, let's say I do agree to grovel. How am I meant to do it all tied up?
Like this. Ba-ching!
Zeno's eyes go wide as all four of his bindings open, releasing his limbs and sending him crashing to the floor. The only thing that stays on is his mask. You take a step towards him.
It's like you said, I am disconnected. I'm somewhere far away, and whatever happens here doesn't affect me. So it's pretty easy for me to leave you trapped and go on with my life.
Yeah, pretty much. Unless you convince me not to. Zeno holds your gaze, eyes narrowed and brows furrowed. All right then, human. Have it your way.
Oh.
He gets on all fours and bows his head until it nearly touches the ground. I'm sorry for mocking you. Please set me free.
What's so special about that mask? It seems like it's the main thing keeping you here.
I'm powerless if I can't use my voice, so that means there's no way out. You laugh. So when you have that mask on, you're no different from me in terms of power. He goes silent, his head still bowed so you can't see his expression. Are you going to set me free or not?
Beg some more. Feed my inner Ojo-sama.
His hand grabs your leg with such speed that it makes you jump. You expect an attempt at harming you, but when he looks up, a mixture of anger and despair swirls in his eyes. You don't know what it's like being locked in here. The times you're all alone with the darkness are blessings. If you're not alone, that means he is here.
He?
The warden. Images flash through your mind. They do not show anything in particular, bits and pieces of things you might have seen at some point. They all have one thing in common. They make you feel uneasy, like something awful is about to happen.
Aww.
Like you need to run. Let me out. I'm begging you. I don't want to wait for another player. He's probably on his way here right now. You undid my bindings.
He tugs on your clothes.
Please.
Oh, leave the game? Oh, that's horrible. That's absolutely... Let's do it. Sorry, friend. I'm a monster. No, let's set him free. That's horrible. That's awful. Set him free. Set the boy free. You feel a sense of urgency. You don't know exactly what is coming. You just know you don't want to be here when it arrives. And you're not cruel enough to leave Zeno to deal with it after he did as you asked. This time, after a loud click, the mask falls off his face. The despair from before is gone. All that's left now is anger and hatred. Consider yourself lucky I have no time to stick around and show you what heck looks like. But don't worry. I'll make sure your pathetic little life on Earth will take a turn for the worse soon enough. You don't get to bring me to the point of despair and get away with it. All right, fair enough. Despair. Zetsuboshita! Alright, what if I ask him for a favor? I want a favor. If I'm going to a party and I don't have a date, I want you to be my pretend boyfriend to impress my parents. He raises an eyebrow.
What kind of favor?
One I can ask for at any time in the future.
What makes you so certain you'll see me again?
This is an option in the game. That means this won't be the last time I see you. Besides, you're not very useful all tied up like that anyway.
Funny. All right, I'll accept. If you set me free, I promise to grant you one favor that you can use at any point when we meet again.
All right, fair enough.
In that case, I'll see you around, human. You better take full advantage of this deal.
Okay. A favor. Yeah, I'll remember that. You may not remember that. I'll remember that. Oh yeah, I didn't try, then why don't you have whoever else is helping you escape press the button? Now, how is he doing all this?
Because he doesn't want to. He sent you instead.
And you're belittling me. Please, you say you're so powerful and scary, yet you got yourself caught, thrown in here, needed someone else to find a way to get you out, and now you're dependent on whether or not I, or someone similar to me, will press this one button. If I were in your position, I'd learn to be a little nicer. Your words don't seem to faze him much.
Ha, touché. All right, I'll be honest with you. Right now, I'm kind of mad because the person who sent you here is toying with me, so I've been taking it out on you.
At last, you hear something useful from him, though it's also concerning. Who else is in here messing with us? Who even is this person?
Another anti-god. He promised to get me out, and in exchange I agreed to play this dumb game with you. He didn't want to tell me what it's for, though.
You agreed out of desperation.
If you knew what this place is like, you would too.
And you don't know what this anti-god wants with me?
I don't. All he told me was to not kill you once you let me go.
You frown. Would you have done that otherwise?
Only if you made me mad enough to warrant it.
Which I did. You decide to ignore that for now. There's something more concerning to focus on after all. Do you know how I can meet the other anti-god?
I don't, but I doubt it matters. You'll probably meet him soon if he's so concerned about keeping you alive.
What's his name?
Zero.
And he's not going to be mad that you told me all of this?
Who knows? It won't really matter if you set me free.
All right, fair enough. Let's get you out of here, fam.
Thanks, and good luck dealing with that butthead. If you thought I was annoying, you have no idea what's coming for you.
Oh dear. Oh dear. That's Zero? Ooh, he looks like a handful. Set him free. Just like that. No strings attached. Let's get you out of here, buddy. Loud clicks and clacks echo through the empty space around you. All at once, his restraints snap open. He lands on his feet in a crouching position before quickly straightening.
It was a pleasure doing business with you, mortal. Pray that we don't have to meet again.
I'm not forgetting about that favor. He holds up his empty hand.
Here's your ending.
It was that easy, huh? Oh yeah, No, I don't want to kiss you.
No? How about hitting me then?
What?
I don't know, maybe you have some pent-up anger or frustration, or you can't stand me, or maybe you feel the need to punish a big bad criminal like myself. Whatever it is, you can hit me, but you'll have to set me free in return.
I'm not doing that either, you weirdo. You weirdo.
Not your thing? Alright. Then I have another option. I'll give you a charm. A cheat word, if you will.
Ooh. A cheat word?
The jerk who helped me get you here set up a lot of conditions. It's only fair that I inconvenience him a little in return. So, if you're ever in a tight spot because of some colorless butthole, type the word
Minoon? Minoon? Okay.
Consider it a present from me to you.
Interesting. Care to tell me more about this person?
I'd really rather not. Just let me go. I gave you the extra thing you asked for.
All right, fair enough. Minoon?
Loud clicks and clacks echo through the empty space around you. Thanks. It was nice meeting you. Hopefully for the last time, for your sake.
What's that supposed to mean? Minoon. Okay, what if I do want to hit him? Yeah, that's better. I'll hit you.
You step closer. He stares at you expectantly, as if he were waiting for his check at a restaurant and not a punch to the face. You clench your hand into a fist, draw it back, and aim for his left eye.
Ooh.
He makes no sounds upon contact. The only sign of impact is his face scrunches up for a moment.
I wonder if he can even feel pain.
The next hit goes to his stomach. His eyes widen. No grunts or yelps, only silence. You continue to punch different parts of his body. At one point, you switch to kicking.
Goodness, calm down, puppet. I know I put you through a lot, but...
Zeno never tells you to stop, but you do eventually. You put your full force into those hits. You're tired by the time it's over. Despite this, there isn't a single bruise on him. No scratches, no swelling, nothing. Zeno's expression remains neutral as well. He doesn't look angry, hurt, or even sad. Was that fun? Sadly, my body doesn't bruise, so you can't really see any damage on me. But hey, it did hurt plenty. Now, free me.
How do I know you won't try to hurt me back after I set you free?
Hurt you? I don't have time to come find wherever on earth you are right now. The most I could do is give you a little spook. But that's going to help the warden find me, so it's not worth it.
What if you try to find me later?
Maybe if you really wanted me to.
His eyes narrow wickedly in a hidden smile. Something is telling you those hits you just landed didn't meet their intended purpose. All right. Let's get you out of here, bud.
He takes a step towards you. You take one back. Scared, are we? Did you think I was lying? You know I am the one who told you to hit me. His arm shoots out and grasps yours. If anything, I appreciated it. It's been ages since I felt anything. You struggle out of his grip. He makes no attempt to keep his hold on you. He's toying with you. Hope you had fun wrecking me, you sadistic little biscuit.
Sadistic biscuit.
Sadistic, you're the one who's smiling.
You cutie patootie.
Oh yeah, I didn't try. Fine, I don't need the kiss. I'll just set you free.
Acting like you don't want that kiss.
Aren't you sweet? You should learn to be a little greedier, though. Who knows? Maybe you could have got more than a kiss with enough persuasion. He gives you a wink. Oh well, not this time, though. It's better if you never have to deal with me again.
Not this time. Wink.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, there's one more secret ending. I will find it.
I will find him.
Oh, was this here? I'll free you, but I want to know more about you first. Yeah, I didn't do this yet, or did this just suddenly pop up? Sneaky.
What for?
I'm simply curious. It's not every day that I meet someone who can rival gods. Your words amuse him.
Don't admire me, human. Power is cold and lonely, especially when you have too much of it. I'd give it up if I could.
Why can't you?
It's complicated. The oversimplified version would be that I became this way against my will, and now my existence depends on creating chaos.
Aw, does that mean you regret what you did? The things that got you locked in here?
Not really, but I do regret not doing something different when I still had the option.
Ask him to elaborate. I have a preposition. How about you tell me your story, and in exchange I'll set you free? That seems pretty good.
You want to hear it that bad?
I do. That's why I'm here. That's why I play these games. I like the story.
Fine. I guess that's a fair deal. Anything to get out of this place. Just don't use this to justify my actions or treat me like some poor misunderstood baby. I don't like that shoot.
I'll do my best. I'm probably still going to call you baby, though. I will probably continue to call you sweet baby. There is a pause as he takes some time to gather his thoughts and decide on where to start. You watch his expression shift. It's hard to tell what he's feeling when he starts talking. Lore!
Ring the lore alarms, everyone!
You'll probably find this funny and hypocritical, but I used to be human. Came from the same place you did. When I was a kid, my father abandoned me. I was left in my mother's care, who was unstable. She was needy, erratic, and abusive. One moment she would smile, caress me, and praise me. The next, she'd scream at me and lock me in the basement for days on end, with little to no food. Other times, she just beat me. That was better than the basement. At least, I didn't need to sleep on the floor. But it was really nothing special. Thousands, if not millions of kids have to live life similar to the way I did. It's really not worthy of more than just an, "oh, poor thing," before moving on.
You want to argue with him, but he doesn't give you the chance. What he tells you next is far more shocking.
Besides, I killed my mother when I was 14.
Oh. How did that happen?
I want to say it was an accident, but I'd rather take responsibility. I'm still the one who did it. I'm not going to go into detail about it, though.
All right, I won't force you.
I ended up in a foster home and obviously didn't get adopted, being so old and having a terrible history. My living conditions didn't exactly improve either. I got to learn firsthand how little the world cares about the weak and helpless.
I'm sorry.
It has nothing to do with you. It's how Earth was built. The weak suffer and the strong thrive. If anyone is to blame, it would be those who made it this way. But I'm getting distracted. To continue, my life didn't improve much after I turned 18. With a background like that, you don't have a lot of options. Becoming a criminal or homeless are your main options, unless you get really lucky. I chose the first. I don't really have many happy memories from when I was human. I think the ones that stuck with me the most were the terrible ones. I'm not trying to turn this into a sob story, so don't interpret it as such.
How did you become an anti-god?
I was in a church one day. I can't remember why I went there. It was definitely not a place I visited often. But I remember thinking, I like the paintings. The way humans see God. It's a comforting figure. One that's meant to give us hope, to guide us. It's unfortunate how far they are from the truth. But that's also where I met him.
Oh.
If I had to explain who he is to someone who has no idea who we are, I'd call him the devil. It was like the colors around him were being sucked into a vacuum, like he was cut out from those old black and white movies. And something was screaming at the back of my mind that this person, this thing, shouldn't be here. It shouldn't exist. I don't think anyone else could see him. I don't know why he chose to show himself to me of all people. He noticed me staring and turned to me. I remember feeling like time came to a stop. Everything around me was black and white. I couldn't hear anything but his voice, and he said, "You need to die."
Was that Zero?
Yeah, that was him.
Who?
Your player knows. You must think I was some sensitive wimp. Honestly, I've been told far worse, by my mom, by the pigs who looked after me after she died, but for some reason his words got stuck in my mind. They haunted me. I should have made the decision by myself before I met him. Maybe then I would have stayed dead. But I got on the roof of a 20-story building one night, got a bottle of pills too, for extra measure. I was tired of hearing it on loop in my head, maybe because I knew he was right. I mean, what was I even alive for? I was just bathing in my own misery and spreading it to other people out of anger and spite. I had to become one of the people adding to the hideousness to that poor excuse of a world. And as soon as I looked down at the lights beneath, I realized I'd have to live in it for several more decades if I didn't do it. A world where the weaker are at the mercy of the strong, and where some live in heck and others live like kings. Children scream for help as they're tortured, as they're used, people's dreams crumble, and those who see no grief won't lend a hand because it doesn't concern them, because it would disturb their peaceful little lives. It's a world that will never change because that is the nature of humanity. I decided I'd rather be free. I don't really remember hitting the ground. I only remember waking up and seeing the pathetic beings called gods standing before me. And you know what they told me? They told me I had to leave, that I no longer belonged there. Well, angry and stupid as I was, I tried to fight them, and obviously it was pointless.
You lost?
I did, and I ran away with my tail between my legs. It's been a long time since then. Anyway, that's my story.
That was so sad. That was so sad. You were the product of a broken system.
Aren't most of us? I don't want sympathy.
Do you perhaps hate being pitied?
Probably. We made a deal. You promised to set me free.
All right. Let's get you out of here, fam.
The mask falls the way it has many times by now. You're familiar with the clicks it makes. But Zeno doesn't grin this time. He looks tired. The command leaves his lips in a faint mutter. Undo. He still lands on his feet, but it takes him a little longer to stand up straight. His movements are sluggish. That's curious. You've never seen him tired before. At least you kept your word. He turns away from you.
Yamete?
Before he can leave, you speak up. You don't feel the same. What?
When I'm talking to you, it doesn't feel the same as the way you described Zero.
He scoffs. Are you trying to comfort me? But I'm no different. I'm also something that shouldn't exist.
Maybe on Earth, but what about the universe itself? I don't think you're pointless.
Aren't you smart? Think what you want of me. I have to go now. We can't have the warden finding us because we spent too long chatting.
Right. Goodbye, then.
A small smile returns to his face. Goodbye. Oh, and don't let him toy with you too much. I don't like it when he gets his way.
Ask if he'll continue this once he's free? Will you continue to destroy worlds?
I have to. It's part of my nature as a black hole. Wherever I go, I cause chaos.
You've been through many endings by now. You've talked to him many times. You got that right. There's no indication that he may be aware of this, but you notice a difference. Up until now, his eyes have been defiant, amused, angry. Now, they simply look tired.
But hey, why should you care? It's just a game.
What if I care about the well-being of the people within the game universe?
Oh please, you've already set me free 12 times. This is your last one. Don't try to play the self-righteous role.
So you do remember?
The other routes you've gone through? Yeah, I remember.
You kissed me, and I punched you, and we danced together, and you owe me a favor. How?
The barriers between worlds and timelines are easy to cross for my kind.
Is there a way to return a black hole back to normal?
This takes him by surprise. Not as far as I'm aware.
Are you sure? Have you searched everywhere?
I've seen many places and spoken to many beings. No one has ever heard of a way to reverse it. It's never been done before. But more importantly, why are you asking this?
I don't think it's fair that you're being forced to do terrible things, and then you get imprisoned for them. It's not right.
So, you want to help me? That's cute. But I don't really see what you could do. Even if there was a way, I doubt it's accessible for a human.
I'm not an ordinary human anymore, though. I'm the one who met and released a black hole. From a prison that's meant to be inescapable.
Have you become proud of the abilities your little game buttons gave you? Fine. I won't try to talk you out of it.
I know the chances are small, but I want to look for a way.
And what did I do to deserve such dedication out of nowhere?
It's not just you, is it? Judging from what you've told me, there's others like you, and there could be more in the future. I want to help.
Bummer. I was hoping you'd say I've charmed you.
That too.
Oh, you agree. Good.
Perhaps when we meet again, you'll be more respectful instead of treating me like I'm beneath you.
Or by then, I would have forgotten who you are.
That's fine. I'll make sure to remind you. With these lips. Let's get you out of here, fam.
The mask clicks and falls off. He opens his mouth, then closes it. You expect him to say the command that releases his limbs, but he's hesitating for some reason.
Aren't you going to get out of those?
What's your name?
Why should I tell you now if you'll forget me anyway? He smirks.
I never forget names.
What is my name? I am Espoir. It means hope in French.
Espoir. You better not forget me either. Undo.
The restraints snap open, and he's free once again. Instead of turning and leaving as usual, he looks at you, sheepishly, while scratching the back of his head.
This is an annoying feeling. Maybe I should forget you after all.
You raise an eyebrow, and he finally turns away. He looks embarrassed, which is unusual. You're not sure what caused it. Are you blushing? Oh!
Goodbye, Espoir.
Oh, he will remember that. I also forgot to ask, does this mean you're never actually free from this place?
The other versions of me are. I'm simply the last one left.
Oh.
So whether current me is going to be free still depends on you.
That sounds a little complicated. What will you do as soon as you're free?
Sleep.
Yeah. You need sleep?
I can't die of exhaustion, and my body doesn't technically need it, but my mind does get tired.
So you have a place to go to? A home?
I suppose you could call it that.
Where is it? Can I come? You got Netflix?
It's hidden. Only I can get there. It's the one place where they can't catch me.
Do you miss it?
Definitely. It's not dark and empty, and I'm not constantly hanging in the air.
What's it like then?
Comfortable. Colorful. Too bad there's no pesky little human to ask a million questions, too.
I wouldn't mind visiting.
Oh, when did we become so close? Are we going to exchange friendship bracelets next?
Oh. You roll your eyes and sadly put away the friendship bracelet that you made. You're the one who said you wanted me there.
I said a human. Never said it had to be you.
You get the feeling he's messing with you more than usual. I thought you couldn't stand humans. And given your backstory, I can fully understand.
I can stand you right now. That means I could keep one as a pet if I felt like it.
Maybe I shouldn't free you this time.
No, come on. I already gave you information. I'm not dancing again.
How much of the other routes do you remember?
Everything that ended with you setting me free.
So the one in which I made you grovel?
Yes, I remember that. Why? Are you worried?
How come you're not mad?
You didn't do it to me. You did it to a different version of me. So why should I be?
That makes no sense. We're gonna suspend our belief. We're dealing with anti-gods here.
Yeah, it's kind of supposed to be like that. You get used to it when you're an anti-god.
But you're acting differently from the other routes.
Well, this is the last conversation I'll have with you before I'm gone for good. I'll leave the anger to the guy who actually suffered through that.
I didn't know you could get attached to a lowly human, of all things.
Because of this game, you're going to be one of the very few people who won't forget who I am. That's a bad thing, because Zero set you up for this. But that doesn't mean I don't want to enjoy this for a little longer. Before he gets to you, at least.
Does Zero need to be educated upon the hands? Are you worried about me?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
You snort. You be careful too when you get out there, or else I would have put up with you and freeze you for nothing. Let's get you out of here, fam.
The mask comes off, the familiar grin appears. Thanks. Undo. Off come the restraints as well. He sets his hands on his hips after straightening himself. The smile hasn't left his face. Before I go, there's one more thing. Tell me your name. And you better not write something like Poop Master 69 or my Richard. I'm trying to have a moment over here. Alright, I'll see you next time then, Espoir.
Ooh, pretty. Next time. Going back after his terribly sad story, what if I say you're just continuing the cycle of evil? So now you destroy worlds that have nothing to do with you just because you had a tragic past?
I think you forget the part where I don't have a choice.
I thought you didn't want to make excuses.
I'm not. You're partially right. But I don't just do this because...
He shakes his head.
Forget it. We made a deal. You promised to set me free.
All right. Well, I think that is everything I can do. I think that's all the choices and all the endings, and oh boy, I am intrigued. I am intrigued. This is setting up a whole can of worms that I just can't wait to crack open. I also forgot to mention that this game was by the creator who made Duality, and apparently it takes place in the same universe. And eventually we will meet the mysterious Zero. And I gotta remember that word that I'm probably gonna forget. But oh boy, I am interested. I am excited. That was nice. And Zeno is a sweet baby. I'm going to smooch him, and he's gonna like it. But I'd love to know what you think. I'd love to hear it in the comments. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself. Have a great night. And remember, there is always hope.